Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Live. Today is Monday, January 29th, and it's a B-Day. On today's show, take a look behind P&G and their captains.
Plus, will Taylor Swift make an appearance in the Super Bowl halftime show? Learn more in this morning's brief, and find out how to pay for college with an all-new Scholarship of the Week.
Also, get the latest in Timberwolves sports with Reese Elizondo and an all-new Alpha Wolf Athlete of the Week.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast. I'm Kira Cox. I'm here this morning with Reed Cummins and Lulu Lynch.
Here at CPHS, we have one improv group called P&G. Once a month, they perform different improv activities in the black box.
The audience is always filled with laughter and entertainment, but how do they always manage to pull off such highly rated shows?
Reporter Zach Magdalene joins us now for more.
Thanks, Kira. The P&G's organization all centers around the P&G captains and how they prepared their team for each show.
P&G stands for Penguin National Guard and is completely student-led. Members of P&G are chosen by the captains in the beginning of the year audition, and P&G is made up of a variety of members including those not in theater classes. This year there are 3 captains, with Abby Williams being the first and only female captain in history. Abby Williams, a junior who captains P&G, has what P&G means to her.
It's given me the opportunity to be in a pretty prominent, I'd say, leadership position in the theater department, and I've grown my skills through the 3 years that I've done it, and it's helped me become a better actor.
P&G has meetings which have them playing improv games. These games fundamentally change how the actors can move through that scene, how they speak, rules, and more. And once a month, there is a showcase to the parents and students. And they're short little hour-long collections of scenes that are often inspired by audience suggestions. Evan Schmidt talks about how these meetings positively affect his life.
P&G it makes Mondays and Fridays so much better.
If you want to support P&G, their next show will be on February 20th in the Black Box. Hope to see you there.
Be sure to keep a tab on the P&G page for updates and reminders about shows. Hope to see y'all there.
So, Zach, when is the next P&G show?
The next P&G show will be on February 20th.
And how are the captains assigned?
The captains are assigned by the former captains, which are often seniors, and it's just ranking down.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach.
Well, coming up this morning's brief with Austin Makaborski, but first, these announcements. Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Austin Makaborski here with this morning's brief. First, the I-35 expansion sparks civil rights and complaints and another lawsuit. Opponents of the I-35 expansion in Austin, led by Rethink 35, have filed a civil rights complaint and a federal lawsuit. They argue that the Texas Department of Transportation neglected environmental concerns and failed to explore less disruptive alternatives. The legal battle adds complexity to the major road project slated to begin this summer. Rethink 35 is seeking $20,000 through an online fundraiser to support the lawsuit. Next, Texas independence myth is dispelled. No legal grounds for secession, despite recent calls from some. The Texas Tribune dismantles the notion of Texas seceding from the United States, debunking recent calls for independence. Legal experts emphasize the lack of constitutional grounds, pointing to historical precedents, like the Civil War and the 1869 case Texas v. White. Recent proposals for a referendum are clarified as legally invalid, reinforcing Texas' indissoluble connection to the United States. Finally, the San Francisco 49ers are Super Bowl bound. The Niners came out in the third quarter as a different team, practically righting all of their wrongs in just 15 minutes of a play. A 17-point lead for the Lions looking to make the Super Bowl for the first time in history evaporated right in front of them. All of a sudden, the game was tied at 24 going into the fourth quarter, and they eventually beat Detroit 34-31. How do we think, guys?
So I wasn't watching that game. I was watching the Chiefs versus Ravens.
Me too.
But I went over to my grandparents' house last night, and they were watching, and they were like, I really want Detroit to win. This is the farthest they've made it since like the 50s. Like,
I actually was watching that game because my dad just like had it on. He was like, come watch football with me. I was like, okay. And I was like, I did not think that they were going to win or like pull it off because they were like down, like a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, but I was like, wow, they really came back. I don't know.
Well, thanks, Austin. Now it's time for a new scholarship of the week. Let's throw it over to Charles Corson. Charles?
Thanks, Reed, and good morning, Cedar Park. This week's scholarship is the Smart Owl Scholarship. This scholarship selects 4 students each month and awards them $1,000, giving the possibility of earning up to $50,000. It requires no essay. Once you've applied, you will automatically be reapplied each month. For more information on this, check out their website, scholarshipowl.com. We'll be back after this break with your Monday Sports Report plus our new Alpha Wolf Athlete of the Week.
Good morning, Cedar Park. Welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Risa Elizondo. We had a clean sweep in every sport on Friday, so let's start off with our girls basketball team, who played one of their huge rivals, the Hayes Hawks, on Friday. They put up a great game throughout, outscoring Hayes 52-37. The next game is tomorrow night at Glen, starting at 7. The Lady Toodles are one of Glen's only 2 losses, but the Grizzlies are first in district while we're third. So this should be an exciting match. Next, over to boys basketball, who also defeated Hayes on Friday and is now on a 4-game winning streak. It came close, but the Wolves pulled away, winning with a final score of 48-39. They'll play here at home tomorrow at 7 against Glen, who is third in district. Then CP won their last game against the Grizzlies earlier this month by 10 points, so this should be a good game. Then over to girls soccer, who played against Lehman on Friday and dominated, winning 9-0. Frances Tran scored 3 goals, Vienna Tran scored 2, then Emmy Flores, Sophia Peters, Gabby Suarez-Tobin, and Ariana Garcia scored 1. Right now, the girls are number 1 in district, and they'll play again at home tomorrow night against Lockhart, who has a record of 3-5, compared to our girls' 7-1 record. Now, boys soccer also took on Lehman and won 2-0, with both scores by Jonah Ferrante. They play at Lockhart tomorrow, starting at 7:15. The Lions are currently 8th in district, while we're 5th, so this should be a good matchup. Now, time for our Alphas of the Week. This week, we have senior basketball player Ethan O'Connor. See what Coach Brown has to say about watching Ethan grow over the years.
Well, he has grown a lot. You know, last year he suffered an injury and he was out for about 6 weeks, and that really set him back a lot. But it didn't deter, you know, his desire to want to get better. And he put in a lot of work in the off season, which I think shows everybody, you know, what that extra work does for people, you know, outside of that 1 hour that we have every day with our team. What are you doing on your own to improve? And he has a lot of
Congrats, Ethan, and tune in next week to see who our next Alpha athlete is. Now over to the NFL, where we finally figured out who is going to be going to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. In the AFC title game had the Kansas City Chiefs, who had never not been to the title game during the Mahomes era, and the Baltimore Ravens, who had the best record in the NFL this season. The Chiefs pulled away quickly after many costly plays by the Ravens, and Kansas City won the game 17-10 and will play in the Super Bowl on February 11th. Now over to the NFC, where the Detroit Lions took on the San Francisco 49ers going into halftime 24-7. It seems the Lions had this game in the bag. That was until the Niners had a 17-point comeback to win 34-31 over the Lions. For updates on CPHS sports throughout the week, check out our X at CPHS_sports. With CPHS News, I'm Risa Elizondo. And that's today's Wolfcast. Thank you for taking time to join us during your den.
You can catch anything you missed and more on our X, YouTube, or TikTok at CPHS News.
Join us tomorrow for a story on CP Night and how culinary is partnering with theater for their next show. With CPHS News, I'm Lulu Lind.
I'm Reed Cummins.
And I'm Kira Cox. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Have a majestic Monday, Cedar Park.